Hello guys, HailMary Media here, and today you guys see the Eagles schedule in front of me right here, everything you guys have to know about the Eagles 2017 season. And I'm going to be going in depth into each individual game in future episodes, starting off with the Redskins week 1. And I'm going to go through the first 4 or so games of the season, and then I'm going to wait till the season comes around, those 4 games go through, and then I'll have more of a look of each team, how they're doing, because I don't want to say, okay, we're going to blow out the Cardinals, which is not what I'm going to say, and then have us lose to them because Fitzgerald just does even better than anyone could have expected. And he's already amazingly talented, or I could say we could lose to them and Carson Palmer and Fitzgerald have just an insane drop-off for some reason. So I'm gonna go to 4 weeks, and I'm gonna get. Then I'm gonna be able to see how we do. I'll be able to see game tape. I'll be able to look over, and I'm just gonna do the first 4. And when we wrap back around to the second game with the Redskins, then I'll be able to more in depth go over how they're doing this season, how I feel we can improve from the last game, or how we need to stick from the last game, stuff like that. And since 2 of the 4 first game are division games, I can do the same thing with the Giants. And LA and Kansas City, I'm just going to have to go off of from here. But it's not a big deal because I wouldn't have tape on them anyway. So basically what I'm going to do is, like I said, just go through everything that I feel like the Eagles need to do to win, and if I think they're going to win. So the Redskins, they're good. Good enough to beat us anyway last year. I know a fair bit about the Washington Redskins. I keep up with a lot of teams, and they're just one that I happen to keep up with more than others, mostly because they're in our division. They're a good team. Kirk Cousins is a very fair quarterback. He's the future there if they'll give him the money he wants, which I feel like he more than should take whatever money they give him, but that's my opinion. And I don't care because a quarterback little controversy, just some sort of thing to get in the way there is fine with me. So, Eagles draft, we picked up Derek Barnett. Wasn't the biggest fan of that. I like Barnett. I'm going to have a whole video on the draft coming up. I like Barnett, but I didn't like the pick necessarily because I felt like we were pretty safe on DN, but Barnett is going to be so helpful with Fletcher Cox. If this kid can, I'm obviously not comparing him to Reggie White, but he did break Reggie White's record in Texas A&M for the sack record. It could have been all time, but I believe it was just at Texas A&M, but he still beat it, which is insane. His all-time, I think it is all-time college sack record that he beat, which is insane, and it's just so nice to see such a nice fit. Reggie White's home here, Philly, and then to have Derek Barnett, the person that had the honor of breaking that record, come over and help us through the season. That's going to be amazing. So, the Eagles, we're looking solid. We have the better wide receiving core. The Redskins, I'm going to go through kind of what they did more because I'm obviously not going to do a video on them. They lost their entire receiving core. They lost D-Jax, who I know how it feels to lose D-Jax. He was, in my opinion, one of the best wide receivers in the league. Just the speed, and I wish him the best of luck down in Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston likes to throw those deep balls. He's going to have fun down there, man. And they lost Pierre Garçon, who both of them I was just crossing my fingers the Eagles would pick up one way or another. But we were just in so much trouble with cap space. If we could have just figured something out with cap space, that we weren't in this situation, and we could have picked up Alshon along with D-Jax or Pierre Garçon, I would be the happiest man alive. You have no idea. I would have bought that Garçon jersey. I'm a huge Pierre Garçon fan. Love that guy, and now I don't have to go up against him. So much easier for me. So, Washington, their draft was Underwhelming, to say the least. I didn't pick up anything that stuck out to me. There was no Leonard Fournettes. There was no Joe Mixons. There was nothing there that stuck out to me that feels that needs mentioning. Just a low round. The most was just like a later round running back, and then just a little line help and some secondary, and then a tight end in the 5th round. But that ain't anything. I'm just looking over it right now. Safety, running back. Yep, that's that running back in the 3rd round or 4th round, whatever. Cornerback. Yeah, just a bunch of secondary help. Not a lot of offense in this draft, so looks good for me. Last thing we need is Kirk Cousin having another weapon. But I feel like this game is more than winnable. We last year, the first game we lost by a touchdown. I believe it was 27 to. I want to say it was like 27. I got it right here. We lost by a touchdown. I know that. Here it is. We lost 27 to 20. Yes, I believe that was right. That's what I thought. We lost by a touchdown, and those were the winnable games. If we had better wide receivers, which we do now, I feel like we could have done much better. But now we do. We also have LeGarrette Blount, who can just get those third and down situations that we so need. Third and short, basically, situations that we so needed. And I'm going to focus mainly on the first game, but I'm also going to touch on the second game. The second game, 27 to 22, so 5 points. We were a touchdown away from winning that game, and that's a game that I hate that we lost. I felt like we needed to win that game. If we could have won that game, we would have went 8-8 on the season. Just kept it even. But there was also a lot of situations where I felt like there was so many games that it was just a score away. The Giants game we lost, that I wish we would have won. Touchdown away. 7 points away. The Ravens game, we missed that because we went for 2. I would have gone in the overtime. Just so many games that was just a touchdown away from winning. Lions game, lost by a point. Redskins lost by that touchdown, I mean. Cowboys, lost in overtime. That's something I'm going to touch on when we get to them. Giants, lost by 5 points. Seahawks, we lost by 11 points there. So, that I give to them. Bengals, we got destroyed there. Yeah. So, it really comes to those, we need to finish up in the 4th quarter. We need to finish up. And I feel like that's something we can more than do now. We have Alshon Jeffrey, who I believe can be more than capable a number 1. So, he's going to be very good. Second, Torrey Smith. Very fast. Very, very fast. So their second cornerback's going to be on him. So we're already spreading out that offense. Then we got Matthews, who can just get open real easy because he's got the third on him, and he's used to having first cornerback talent on him. And I've got a video coming about that very soon about how Matthews is going to do really good this year. But we can more than beat them. That's what I'm trying to get at. They barely beat us the 2 games we had. I believe we win both games. So we're starting off the season 1-0. That's how I say this game goes. And I got got the video coming out about the boy Matthews. But I'm going to keep these videos out. I just want to make this quick, and I really feel like we can win this game. They did not do much in free agency. I did want to address Terrell Pryor. Terrell Pryor, very good wide receiver, going to take the NFL by storm soon. Very good. Continued to put up, I believe, 1,000-yard seasons with the Browns with no constant quarterback. And with Kirk Cousins, he's going to do very well. And I feel like that's where all cornerbacks are going to have to step up. But without them having very solid wide receivers like they did before, the very limited cornerbacks that we have aren't going to be as stressed as they would have been. We need to really push to... I believe we should pick up Darrelle Revis. Revis Island, he's not as good as he once was, to say the least. But just to have that maturity and that just the big name and the time he spent in the league in that cornerback room is going to mean a lot to the younger guys we have. So, but that's just my opinion. We need to get an older guy in there. But if we can just seal up Pryor, double coverage him, and the rest of our cornerbacks can play half decent, we win this game. That's facts. If we can hold Pryor, that's honestly what it comes down to, if we can hold Pryor. So I believe that we can more than win this game. So, yeah, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that crap, because a lot of work goes into these. You guys know how it is. So, yeah, guys. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.